Hey guys, I thought I would try my hand at a get ready with me video. I've done one before on my channel. It wasn't very good. Ooh, and my eyes twitching today. Anyways, I don't really have anything planned. I just thought I would talk about the makeup that I use every day. I'm a little bit tired. It's actually Halloween. Only thing I'm doing today is giving out candy. I had a vacation day to burn, so that was awesome. Yeah, let me just go ahead and get started, and also have a bit of a cold. So there we are. Clinique Pep Start eye cream is what I have on my eyes. That's pretty decent. I like having just an eye cream that I feel confident using around my eyes, and that one's just like meh. It's just like an eye cream. Yeah, nothing really special going on there. And then I have this Misha Time Revolution, the first treatment essence. Oh shoot. I am almost out of this, and I've been using it, and I like it, I think, just as well as my SK2 essence, so it's a lot cheaper. I have another bottle of the SK2 I'm about to start using, and yeah, let me get started. Let's get some makeup on this face. I love doing my makeup. I do it every day. I go to work. Well, I work 5 days a week, so I do it 5 days a week, at least. So, anyways, I'll just ramble about what I'm using, and we'll just go from there. This is the Bare Minerals Correcting Concealer in Light 2. If I forget to mention something, I'll just put it down below, but it's an okay concealer. I could use a little bit more coverage, I think. But I think like this one enough to just use it up. But I go ahead and go pretty heavy in with my concealer. Yeah. So I'm just handing out candy. I'm going to dress my little boy up. If I think, I'll put a picture of him in his little costume. Oh my gosh, he's too much. It's too cute. But he's 7 months old in weeks. But not in months yet. So he'll be 7 months at the end of this week, I guess. So he's just learned how to crawl. But anyways, we're not going to go take him around or anything. I just figured we'd sit on the porch and hand out candy for a little while. Thought he might be interested to see other kids in their costumes. I usually hide in my house when trick-or-treating because my neighborhood is like the go-to neighborhood. And it's insane. It's absolutely madness. I bought $50 worth of candy, and I probably will be out in a half hour to an hour. But that's an improvement over last year when I bought $0 worth of candy. Alright, I'm going to set that with Laura Mercier's Secret Brightening Powder. I have a little sample of this. It's done. This is the end of it. I didn't like it. I feel like, I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera, but I get a decent coverage with my concealer, but it's like this white, it's this white powder here. And I feel like when I put it on, it kind of like brings my dark circles back. I don't know. I might just be imagining that. This is the Goss 8 brush. I got it in the Lucky bag this year, and this is the only thing I use it for. So, although I love it for this, I could probably have lived without it. So I don't necessarily recommend you buy it. I don't know. I don't like it. I didn't like it for face powder. I can't remember exactly why, but okay. I have all my makeup that I use like every day. I need to give you guys like a vanity tour and a makeup organization, because I have all my makeup that I use every day kind of right here at hand, and then I have my other stuff put away because I'm doing my makeup for work. I have to be like fast. If I'm experimenting, it's usually on the weekends or in the evenings, just because I have to kind of have my routine down in the mornings. And I don't want to like experiment with a bright blue eyeshadow that doesn't blend and then have to do my makeup twice because I have hard enough time being on time as it is. Anyway, so I'm just setting this with this is my Pan That palette. I'm killing it. Killing it! That was just some random off-brand brush. I don't even know what that was. I usually use my MAC 217 here, but I recently switched it out. Having a little bit of trouble. Clean it off. I recently switched it out for this Wayne Goss 19. It's a crease brush. I like it pretty well. It's kind of a big crease brush though, so it's kind of one that kind of like the 217. I don't know, you just want to do like a big area with it. Anyways, I have a terrible setup for Get Ready With Me. I bought a tabletop stand for my ring light, but I bought the wrong one, so it doesn't work. I think I can fix it, but I just haven't gotten around to that yet. So it's just sitting there. So yeah, there's that. I just use this as a blending shade. I just kind of put it on. And I'm sorry, I'm probably going to look down the whole video, but that's like, it's life. Because I can't look in the camera and do my makeup because there's no mirror. I'm going to go in with this other Pan That palette I have. Once again, I'm going to drive some people crazy with this because, once again, there's not a lot of color payoff here. Just another blending shade. I have hooded eyes, and hooded eyes are hard, I think. Once you get used to them and you kind of understand what you have to do, they're less hard, but you really got to, because you're bringing your eyeshadow up so high, you really have to make sure it's blended. And then I have like a bone like right here, and it tends to reflect light at a different rate than the rest of the area around it. So even when I'm nice and blended, it still sometimes comes across as a little patchy because it's reflecting more light, I suppose. Blend, 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 blend. And then I'm just gonna go. That's not my final inner corner, but it's my first one. It's gonna hurt some people who actually like do makeup. My technique, I'm certain, but that's okay. I don't do makeup. I just play. I just play and enjoy it. I'm gonna go in my Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm gonna use Rilgar. Rilgar. I like this palette. I like this palette. I feel like if I try to do a whole eye look with this palette though, I feel like the shadows have just a touch too much silicone in them. So they can get like, almost like they're cream shadows, and I just feel like they get a little bit draggy. And I think that that's more apparent because I have hooded eyes, so I think it bothers me more than it might bother someone else without hooded eyes, because it tends to be like right in the creases that I'm trying to blend out that I get like, I don't know, it's like it's almost wet right there because there's so much silicone in these. I have that with a lot of really highly siliconed shadows, but I still really like these. They're in my top probably 3 eyeshadow formula. So my little one has started crawling in the last week. That's gonna be fun. My house is totally stone and brick and hardwood, and yeah, so it's been fun watching him try to bang his head on everything. I'm trying to figure out ways to block off certain rooms and areas, but I mean, there's not really like, I don't know, every room has like a big stone or brick element to it. So I don't know, there's not really a good place. I've got him in he's got a little like gated area, but He's also going, I don't know if he's making teeth or what, but he's been like super fussy. And he's going through this phase where like if you sit him down, he's just crying. And I don't know, like I don't mind to let him cry a little bit, but then you go like, I'll let him cry for like 5 minutes, and then I'll go like pick him up and check on him, and his whole face will just be like covered in slobber and tears, and I don't know, it's just sad. It's just sad, but I also don't want him to be like a spoiled little brat that has to be held all day long every day. So I'm trying to be balanced here. But that's not easy. I think he's better at daycare though. I think he like, it's funny because me and his father are both like pretty much homebodies. I mean, we go do stuff, but we also really enjoy being home, and I think he's going to be the complete opposite, just based on like watching him interact with like other kids, or like even when we take him to like to Walmart or something, he's like stuff people, like he just loves it. So I'm like, oh crap, are we going to have this kid that needs to be into everything all the time? Which would probably be good for us. It would keep us motivated to do stuff, because when left to our own, we're like, what do you want to do? Oh, let's sit at home and do house projects, because that's what we like to do. So anyways, I'm going to go in with this Viseart. What is this? The Boheme Dream. I always call it the wrong thing. The Viseart. I always call it the wrong. I always mispronounce the name. I love the Viseart. They're like my favorite formulation of eyeshadow. They are actually super blendable. They have great pigmentation, and they're also silicone free, which this is like my one complaint about the Anastasia palette, is that the silicone kind of like gets in there and creases up, but these are silicone free, and yeah, I think sometimes like with this palette, when I first got it, I wasn't over the moon impressed, but after I started playing with it, like I reach for this palette so much, just because it is, you've got good pigmentation, and you've got this amazing blendability and this awesome wear time, and they're just so easy to use. And I don't know, you kind of have two levels with it. Like you can make these super intense, or you can make them like really really wearable. I can do this look with just this shadow, but I like to put as many shadows as possible on, because yeah, I have too many shadows. So this was a MAC 221. I like this one. It's good. I don't necessarily, like, I love my Wayne Goss brushes, but I don't necessarily think like every single one of them leaps and bows above my MAC brushes. They're really similar price point, so I'm happy with both brands. Let's see, what do I want to use next? I think I'm going to go in with, I'm just going to do this gold all over the lid. Kind of carve out almost like a cut crease, but not quite. Not as severe, I guess I should say, just kind of soft. I'm using these not because they're like the best shadows that I have, but because they're in my palette, and I'm trying to use them up as much as possible. Alright, so we have gold all over the lid. More coffee. Coffee. Alright. Going back in the Viseart palette. Viseart. I think it's Viseart. Probably if you're French, it's Viseart. I'm not French. I do speak some French, but I'm honestly not very good at speaking. I can read it like crazy. I would say I'm fluent in reading French. But I just like, I don't know, when my brain tries to make the sentences, it's like I can't remember the words. So, and then if I can remember the words, I can't remember the grammar. So I don't know. I actually tried to live in France for a little while, but that didn't work out. I made it almost 4 months before I was super ready to come home. Like beyond super ready. I loved it. I absolutely loved it, but I was in like this little village. I'm gonna wet this now. I was in this little village of like 20, I think it's 2,500 people. I don't know. I don't remember. It's called Prévu. And it's outside of Lyon. And I was in this little village and I had to walk everywhere. I had to walk like 2.5 miles, I think, to the grocery store. I can't remember if that was round trip or one way. It's been a while. And it was just too hard. I missed modern conveniences. I missed being able to drive places. I hated being in this little village where everybody was like on the weekends. There was nobody there. And I didn't know anybody. And yeah, it was just sad. And I got depressed and I came home. Otherwise, I loved it. Yeah. That was the second time I'd been to France. I also did like a summer study abroad program in Lyon. And I really, really enjoyed that. But I was there with like 30 other people from my college. So that was awesome. Oh, one more. I'm going to do an inner corner with this pink shadow. I think I'm just going to stick with this brush. I think it'll be alright. Anyways, I love these. I have like 4. I have 4 of these. I have these 4. So I have the Cool Neutrals, the Neutral Mattes, and the Editorial. And I like all of them. I will say the Editorial is a little bit different though. It's definitely a pressed pigment palette. So just like the Subculture palette, it's a little more tricky, I think, to use. It's a little chalkier. Okay, next thing I will do, I'm going to put this on. I don't really need it today, but I like it. I like the way it makes my makeup go on. It's the Becca EverMatte. It's so weird. I see people that have like really oily skin and they don't like this primer, and it's so weird because I don't know if it's just not working well with their makeup or what, because I freaking love this primer. It is intense though, so like as you saw, I just patted it on. That's all you do. Like you just use the tiniest bit and pat it on. The oil control though is like 2 days, I swear. I can use this and I don't even need to use it the next day. I have a few little blemishes here, and I usually use this Bare Minerals correcting stick, but I'm like digging it out and waiting on it to go on sale before I buy anymore. All of my blemishes are like right here these days. I finally, I had acne for a really long time, but I got that under control, but I still break out like around my mouth. Bare Minerals, bareSkin. I like this because it's silicone free. It also has good coverage. I just honestly put it on, add a little more coverage to my foundation because my foundation is very tricky to work with, but it's silicone free and oil free, and that's really impossible to find. It's Bare Minerals Bare Linen. I have the MAC Oval 6. I also have the Artis Oval 6, and they are like the exact same brush. Actually, I haven't looked this back up, but I swear, I think that Artis used to work for MAC, and while he worked at MAC, he developed these brushes. And then he didn't like the way that MAC was promoting these brushes, and he thought that he could sell more of them. So he took a show on the road and made Artis brushes. That's the story that I heard. I don't know how true that is. That just seems really like stupid on MAC's part. It's like, didn't you have a better contract? than that, I don't know. They're good though. I like both of them. They're my favorite. Foundation brush. I do a mixture of patting and, like I said, this foundation's not the easiest to work with. So you kind of have to like brush it on and then pat it in. But it's easier than the powder foundation that I used to use, so. Because I don't want to use foundation that makes me break out. I would rather have less coverage on my foundation than for it to break me out. I'm just not into like breaking out anymore. I'm over it. Boom, 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 boom. My hair is actually wet. I don't know if you can tell. It's only 3, but we're gonna hand out candy and take pictures of the baby. I better go ahead and get to cooking. I'm making Czechoslovakian keeps popping in my head, but it's some kind of meatballs. But it's just meatballs and caraway seeds and mustard. And then it has like a mayo mustard dipping sauce. That's pretty good. And then we eat it with cabbage. Just sauteed cabbage. I love cabbage. I eat so much cabbage. Well, not really, but I really like it. What I am using to powder my face is I use this plate. This is like my awesomeness for all my powder or loose powder products. But it is the Coty Airspun powder. Oops, sorry. Coty Airspun powder. It Cosmetics. Bye Pores Translucent. And then just this Bella Pierre like foundation highlighter thing that I'm trying to just use up. But I mixed the Coty powder because it is like it's over the top drying. And then my favorite is the Cosmetics by Pores, but it is like so expensive, and if I used it by itself it would only last me like a month maybe. Right now I'm just kind of using this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. Ooh, a little heavy-handed there. I'm usually more careful. And this is a Wayne Goss. I'm using it, if you've noticed, I've used it for my whole face. Wayne Goss 13. I'm about to buy like more Goss brushes. I really have liked these, and they've held up really well, and they're still soft. I've had them for about a year, and I just have these 2 that I rotate. I have this one and another one that I rotate. It's dirty, I think. Yeah, I can't get it out because my setup is causing my drawer not to open all the way, but anyways, I rotate these brushes like okay, my battery went dead and I had to get a new one. But anyways, I rotate between these 2 Goss brushes and I wash them. So they get washed every other week. So I use one for 1 week and one the next week, and then I wash them both. And they've held up really well. And I know you're not supposed to wash your like high-end brushes that much, but I have skin, but because I have skin problems, like I have to wash my brushes. And that's like even that like MAC oval brush and the Artis brush, like I wash those the exact same way. I use one week, one the next week, and then I wash them both. But I've got to wash my brushes. Like I can't be putting like old makeup, dead skin stuff all over my face all the time. So yeah, they've held up though. So I plan on purchasing a couple more Goss brushes here in the next probably couple days, because they're getting ready to do the gift card event at Beautylish. Okay. What's next? I don't even know. Blush. Same brush. Still going in with the same brush. Sometimes I use the color switch, sometimes I don't. Now I'm going to use it for blush. This is the Tarte blush. Tarte blushes, I like them, but they get on my nerves. Like, they're just consistently like renaming their blushes. That annoys me. So like, this is Tarte Memorable, and I'm sure it's been discontinued, but I'm sure it's still there under a different name, which is freaking annoying. I'm getting tired of all these makeup companies like trying to trick people into buying the same crap over and over again. And I'm kind of getting tired of people falling for it, to be honest. Like, what are y'all thinking? If you quit falling for it, they would quit doing it. I don't know. It's getting on my nerves, though. I think we have blush on here somewhere. Alright, there's that. And then I've been using this eyeshadow in here, just trying to use it up. But this is a pretty decent highlight here. I have a hair on my face. These brushes are pretty good. They do occasionally shed, but I also overwash them, so. And they don't shed anything like some of my other brushes. So. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm going in, I added some of that gold to it. Just because this is a warmer look. And thought I would add some gold to it. Alright, eyebrows. I like this Bare Minerals brow powder. It's good. It's good. It's a good color for me. It's not too dark. It's not too light. And I actually like to like fill in my brows with this. And then I will go in with a pencil and kind of correct the shape. I feel like this is a good like filling in color for me. I need to sit down and like do my eyebrows one day, like pluck them because they need it. And the only time I ever like really notice that they need it is when I'm doing my makeup and I'm in a hurry and I don't want to like have red. I don't want to pluck them then because I don't want them to be all like red. You know. I usually use the mirror that is currently hidden by my camera to check eyebrows. So, can't really see because it's like they'll look okay from this little mirror and then I go to the big mirror and I'm like, they're like super crooked. Anyways, there's that. And then I use some kind of brow pencil. I either like the NYX pencils or the Anastasia pencils. I think my friend is like, I don't know, she doesn't live in my town anymore, but she looks like she's like a kick-ass, what's the people that, the microblading? Is it microblading for the eyebrows? She looks like she's like super good at it, so I'm gonna have to make an appointment to go see her because I would really like to have that done. I get tired of doing my eyebrows, and I feel like my eyebrows, like, if I'm not wearing any makeup and I'm just like around the house or something, like if I only do my eyebrows, like I look like a completely different person. Okay, maybe not a completely different person, but I just feel like it cleans up my look so much. But I'm not really that good at eyebrows, so if I could have them done just all the time for me, I don't know. I might be really screwing that up. I'm sorry. If they look like crap, I apologize. I've been using this Ulta Brow Gel. I think it kicks butt. I do have to wipe off the excess, but it is so much cheaper than the Anastasia and it works, I think, just as well. Now it is time for eyeliner. I've been playing with this Ofra eyeliner and I like it a lot. I think too hard. I might flick it out a little bit at the end, but no cat eyes for me. I'm just really trying to like make the lash line look fuller and thicker. I also don't line my waterline. Makeup in my eyes is really irritating. So, I don't do it. This is just like some little cheapy brush that I got. I kind of wouldn't mind to have a better one of these, but I just haven't gotten around to that yet. I filmed 2 declutters today, and I think my throat is like, I haven't talked that much in a while. This is like a NARS something or other, larger than life. I like it too, but I had a bad morning and I wasn't thinking and I sharpened it, and it's not, it's when you roll up. So it was just stupid. Alright, almost done. YSL, I really liked this. The Shock Mascara. I've only used it a couple times, but so far I've really enjoyed it. It reminds me of the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara, or the Too Faced, what's the one that everybody likes? Better Than Sex. Is that Too Faced? It kind of reminds me of that one too. But they put a ton of perfume in this mascara, which I think is weird. Do that. I don't do the back and forth thing. My lashes get tangled when I do that. They like lay on top of each other and it's really annoying. So I have to like style them, I guess, when I'm doing my mascara. So like I'm working through, and this one does have quite a few. It gets a little clumpy. I don't know if this is a repurchase mascara, but it is. I do like it. But it does get a little clumpy. There's one little clump and it's driving me crazy, but I think if I keep messing with it, it's going to get worse. And yeah, so that's the makeup look for today, except for I don't have any lipstick on. Let's see, I haven't tried this one yet. All the lipstick I wear like all the time is at work. So I'm going to try one of these Bare Minerals Weekend Matte. Or Bare Minerals, what is this? The Gin Matte or whatever. Oh, that's pretty. I don't know, I can't see in my mirror, and that's the one I like to like check the final look. But yeah, so anyways, that's my that's my makeup look for the day, and that's pretty much the makeup I wear every day. Yeah, and I'm gonna go do my hair and get dressed and maybe do something before the little Babylino comes home. Alright, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!